Oh, yes, yes, yes. I have some freebie announcements for you all for this December 2019. First of all, Isotope Ozone Imager version 2. If you have version 1, which was a freebie as well, this will install right alongside your current version. And I think this one adds a few extra things. It's the one that's built into Ozone 9, which, by the way, I will be reviewing sometime this month, finally. And next up, I will link to all this stuff, by the way. I'll link all this stuff. So, next one is something called the Blindfold EQ. I love the name. And basically, it does what it says, which is there's no numerical indicators anywhere on this plugin. And I don't know how good it sounds, but you know, it's good for learning to use your friggin' ears. So next up, we have Analog Obsession. These guys are always giving away things for free. And for me, again, I haven't tried out every single one of these plugins, but we have a 1176 freebie called... I'm not even going to say that because of the new rules. But then we also have the Rare EQ. By the way, they do have paid plugins as well, as you can see. Rare, and they have this was free at one point, but it's not anymore. So yeah, grab these up while you can, because sometimes they take the freebies away. Jamp is another one, and that's about it for. Oh, wait a minute, Zupa. I don't know what Zupa is, but that's free too. Oops. Yeah, there we go. So, let's see. This is from Fuse Audio Labs. Yeah, the RS-W2395C, which is just a fancy way of saying it is a mid-range equalizer along with a Baxandal EQ. And you guys know I love Baxandal EQs. Why? Because they just sound good. They sound really good. And look, I like the one on Acoustica Audio's Bax EQ, but this one, knowing Fuse Audio's reputation, this is good. And it has wood panels. Wood panels are cool. Next up is an actual hardware piece. Now, this is on mixanalog.com. You guys know I like mixanalog.com because it's real hardware. And they have released an officially endorsed, I'm going to probably pronounce this wrong, but the Gyraf or Gyraf G24, which actually stands for something, I forget. But anyway, the idea with this compressor is it's transparent AF, as the kids would say. Yeah, it is super transparent, and you know, its intention is to be a mastering compressor, but I think that's really because this thing is super expensive, and you're probably not going to use it on channels. You know, a $4,000 compressor on channels is not a normal thing for mix engineers, but since you have the ability to use this right now for free, in the future very inexpensively, why not use it on tracks? And by the way, it looks like everything is the same. No, let me tell you something. First of all, it's a stereo compressor. Secondly, there are actually two side chains. So this is like having two compressors in one, right? Finally, Access Analog. I found out that, although I'm going to do my own test, I found out they actually still have an offer for new users using that coupon code right there. Thanks, early adopter. You can try out each of these processors. Oh, it says look for the reserve more button after you make your first reservation. So you can use all this different gear, right? You can use all this different gear, and I'm not going to give all of them away, but even if they just had these 6 modules, that would be impressive. So use that coupon code, and you can try out this Real Hardware for free. For, I believe, I should have looked into this. It's at least a half hour on each one of these, if not 1 hour. That is a heck of a deal. And if you've never used Real Hardware before, I would recommend starting with the LA2A, because it only has 2 main knobs, and then it has, do they even have the I don't see it. No. Okay, oh, they do have it. Okay, there's the limiter and the compressor option, and I don't know if this screw does anything. Probably not, because on plugins it does something usually. But start with the LA2A, because this compressor sounds good on a bunch of different things, and it's very easy to use. And after you've graduated from the LA2A, move on to the 1176, right? That's for your compressors. And then for EQ, I would say the API 5500 is pretty easy to use. It's actually a stereo equalizer, so it's really only 4 knobs per track. But I think it's relatively easy to use. That's why I love API stuff, because it's easy to use, it sounds great. And then once you're finished that, move on to other things. You know, that's they have a lot of hardware. Mix Analog has a lot of hardware now. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy the freebies. And it's beginning to look a lot like Hanukkah and Christmas and Kwanzaa and Boxing Day and all that stuff.